Hello everyone, I am Chitra Lokhande. In this video, we are going to discuss about public health engineering. Its course outcomes, program outcomes, unit outcomes, teaching scheme, examination scheme, marks given to each chapter and also list of practicals. So let's start the video. This is our first slide. In this slide, we learn or we teach about course outcomes. The course title or subject name is Public Health Engineering and its course code is 22504. This subject is also called as Environmental Engineering in degree course. Most of the syllabus of Public Health Engineering is same as in degree level also. Now, the next slide is course outcomes. So, let's see what is course outcomes. After completion of chapter, we learn something new from that chapter, which is our outcome, and hence the term is known as course outcome. The course outcome of this subject is given below. The first course outcome is identify the sources and characteristics of water and wastewater. From this course outcome, we learn about the sources of water and also the characteristics of water and wastewater. The second course outcome is estimate the quantity of drinking water and wastewater generated. From this course outcome, we need to find out the population of the city, and then according to future population, we design to estimate the quantity of drinking water required and the wastewater generated from our uses. Then next course outcome is draw label systems of plumbing for building sanitation. After using water, a proper disposal of water is necessary. Hence, plumbing for building sanitation is very important. Then, fourth course outcome is draw the flow diagram for process of treatment of water and wastewater. As we are using the raw water coming from the sources, we need to check its quality, and after purification, then only we can use the water. If water is clean, then only it is suitable for our daily uses, and after using the water we need to dispose the water properly, and water coming from our houses and also industrial sector is known as wastewater, and before its disposal we need to treat the water. Hence in our syllabus, treatment of water before using and after using are also included. The last course outcome is identify the various accessories for efficient conveyance and distribution of water. In this course, conveyance is included, means we can convey the water from various sources in our area, and then we can distribute the water to whole city as per requirement. Now, let's see the teaching scheme and examination scheme. This is all about teaching scheme and examination scheme given in MSPT. So, teaching scheme and examination scheme of public health engineering. There are weekly 3 hours and 3 hours for theory and 2 hours for practical. Total duration is 5 hours. Their next is duration of theory paper is 3 hours, and the weightage of theory is 70 marks and minimum passing marks is 20. Then we have progressive assessment, that is 30 marks. Maximum marks for progressive assessment is 30. Progressive assessment include class test 1 and class test 2 average and also the micro project marks. Total marks is 30. Then practical examination is divided into two parts. Practical end semester exam, that is oral exam, having weightage is 25 and minimum marks is 10. Practical progressive assessment having weightage is 50 marks and minimum marks is 20. So this is all about teaching and examination skill. Now let's discuss about practical. Total we have given 16 practicals in scheme, out of which 12 practicals are compulsory. So this is list of practicals. First practical, that is determine the pH value of given sample of water. This practical gives the idea about pH value, whether it is acidic, alkaline or neutral. From this we can decide the treatment of water required. Then the next practical is determine the turbidity of given sample of water. Turbidity means transparency of water. If water is clean, then we can say turbidity of water is 0 and it is safe for drinking purpose. Turbidity means cleanliness of water and hence turbidity of water is very important. Then next practical is determine the residual chlorine in a given sample of water. This practical is included in our syllabus to study the effect of residual chlorine which is present in water. This residual chlorine is very helpful to us because it avoids the corrosion which occurs due to leakage in the pipe. Then next practical is determine suspended dissolved solids and total solids of given sample of water. By using this practical, we can determine suspended dissolved solids and total solids and also dissolved solids. Then the next practical is determine dissolved oxygen in a sample of water. From this practical, we learn about dissolved oxygen. As oxygen is compulsory for our survival, in the same manner, dissolved oxygen is also necessary for aquatic life. If dissolved oxygen is not sufficient in water, then fish and aquatic animals may die, and hence before disposal of wastewater in the river, we need to treat the water properly, and hence this practical gives the idea about dissolved oxygen present in the water. Then next practical is undertake a field visit to water treatment plant. Water comes to our domestic area from a source, or we can say from a dam. Before using that water, we need to purify this water. The total purification process is known as water treatment plant. In our syllabus, a field visit is conducted. So all of you learn the various processes carried out in the plant and understand the component parts of water treatment plant. So next practical is determine the optimum dose of coagulant in the given raw water sample by the jar test. For purification of water, some chemicals are added in water which is known as coagulant. Mainly, alum is used as a coagulant. In this, jar test is used for purification of water. Next practical is sketches of various valves used in water supply pipeline. In this practical, draw sketches of valves. There are various sketches of valves used in water treatment process. Use and location of various valves are different. So, the next practical is draw a sketch of one pipe and two pipe system of plumbing. In this, you have to draw the sketches of one pipe and two pipe system, and also you have to compare the both system, that is one pipe and two pipe system, and you can easily differentiate both the system. So next practical is determine the BOD of given sample of wastewater. BOD is very important using in wastewater treatment process, and hence it is necessary to study the BOD of wastewater. Then next practical is determine the pH value of given sample of wastewater. This practical is similar to first practical, that is determine the pH value of given sample of water. From this we can find the pH value of wastewater sample. Then this next practical is determine the suspended dissolved solids and total solids of given sample of wastewater. From this practical we can study the suspended dissolved solids and total solids of wastewater. Then determine the dissolved oxygen in a sample of wastewater. This practical is similar to determine the dissolved oxygen of a treated water. Then next practical is determine the COD of a given sample of wastewater. This practical is to study the COD of a given sample of wastewater. Then the next practical is prepare a report of field visit of wastewater treatment plant. In this practical, we can or you can study the component parts of wastewater treatment plant, or this is also called as sewage water treatment plant. So for this purpose, we can conduct a field visit to the sewage treatment plant. And the last practical is prepare a report of the field visit to the biogas and gobar plant in your locality. For this practical, this visit is very helpful to us to understand the concept of biogas and gobar gas plant. So this is all about practicals. The next slide is unit name and unit outcomes with weightage and number of lectures. So first chapter is sources, quantity and quality of water. For this, number of lectures required is 8 and total marks are 12. Second chapter is purification of water. For this, number of lectures are 12 and weightage of this chapter is 18. Then third chapter is conveyance and distribution of water. For this, number of lectures are required is 6 and total weightage is 10 marks. Then fourth chapter is domestic sewage and system of sewerage. Number of lectures required is 12 and weightage is 18. And last chapter is characteristics and treatment of sewage. Number of lectures required are 10 and weightage is 12 marks. Out of these 5 chapters, first chapter is little bit simple. Then second chapter is very interesting because it gives the idea about purification process of water. From first chapter we learn about the sources, quantity and quality of water. Then second chapter is totally based on water treatment plant or the process of water treatment plant. Then the third chapter, that is conveyance and distribution of water. This chapter is also very simple chapter which includes various methods to convey the water and distribution of water to the town. Then fourth chapter, domestic sewage and system of sewerage and also characteristics and treatment of sewage. These fourth and fifth chapters are also very interesting, but these chapters need to be very carefully studied because both chapters are little bit conceptually chapter. So in this way, the 5 chapters are divided into 70 marks. Now let's see the outcomes of the chapters and syllabus points. First chapter, that is sources, quantity and quality of water. In this unit or chapter, we have to learn about sources of water, that is subsurface and surface sources of water in given situation. Means under sources of water we will study the sources and subsurface of water. Then also we study about quantity of water. This point include the flow diagram of water supply scheme. Then demand of water. Before using the water we need to check the quality of water which may affect our health. Then physical and chemical characteristics of water. This is all about first chapter. Then second chapter, purification of water. In this chapter we see the aeration, methods of aeration, then test for coagulant, then the process of filtration of water. Also the differentiate between slow sand filter and rapid sand filter. And lastly, advanced treatment methods for water. Then third chapter is conveyance and distribution of water. In this chapter, we see the conveyance system of water for the given area and also the various types of valves for the given pipeline. Then the distribution system of water in the given situation. Then the fourth chapter, domestic sewage and system of sewerage. In this chapter, we learn about sewage and system of sewerage. Then the necessity of sanitation of building. Then various types of traps for the given situation and also the layout plan for drainage system for the given building. Then last chapter is characteristics and treatment of sewage. In this chapter, we learn about characteristics of given sewage sample and also the terms BOD and COD. Then flow diagram of sewage treatment plant, that is wastewater treatment plant. This is all about unit name and unit outcome. Then the next slide and last slide is micro project. This all are micro project. First micro project is test the water sample from locally available area to determine its characteristics. Then second is Test the wastewater sample from locally available area to determine its characteristics. Then third is suggest remedial measures for the control of pollution of local water source by conduct relevant study and test. Then fourth one is visit the site where utilization and recycling of treated wastewater is being implemented and prepare a detailed report on it. Then next, undertake the impact study of vehicular pollution on environment. And the last one is undertake a comparative study of solar water heater project and a conventional water heater project for residential building. From this, you have to make a group of 3 students and prepare a detailed report on it. So, I hope you all understand the introduction of this subject. Okay, thank you.